In 2006, Uganda discovered commercially viable oil deposits in the Albertine Graben region. Since the discovery, hopes to end poverty and live a better life among many Ugandans were further ignited. Government has been undertaking key infrastructure developments to transition from the exploration and development to the production phase of oil. The East Africa Crude Oil Export Pipeline, EACOP, is one of the key infrastructure projects.
But of course, there is need to take care of the impacts that it has on society, people, and the environment.
In 2018, government identified land for the EACOP snaking through 10 districts, which include Hoima, Chikube, Kakumiro, Chankwanzi, Mubende, Gomba, Sembabule, Luengo, Chotera, Rakai, and finally connects to the port of Tanga in Tanzania. However, the communities inhabiting and deriving livelihoods along the proposed EACOP route are engulfed in a cloud, myths, perceptions, and serious fears that their fundamental human rights.
Nente, ninentama, ninembuzi, nenkoko zira mkompaunda yangu omu. Tinyangire project ya government. Kionka, nyongenda kusigara kubi. Ubapimire itaka hika musanje bakayihamu hika mukaga na point.
The pipeline is just adjacent to his house.
Hati kurode kifulejo kionka kigenda kiraba hagati hainenju. Ebisoro byange nyabagamba bijja kugumukina. Akaziba kenyine zanyweraga pipeline no yarabiri. Hati ebisoro ebyo bisobora kumale wiki emu nkende zitanywira amaizi nebisobora kubaho.
Edward's wife fears that the family will be affected.
Tuyina akatabo akabatwaire akakugamba ngwe ekichweka hali pipeline eriverabire tibaligaruka kuikiriza omuntu kukola kulisizaho.
Across the EACOP route, PAPs are concerned that compensation for their land has taken so long.
Mwaka 2018 nibachamukiriza abantu nanga mwendi nibachamukiriza njja kufuna sente mujja gweddalu ne abacha mukenyo ebitoke nibabisigula ne tumaze emyaka 3 batade ku waiting nobuuza abaneche ekidako ntimwe mulindeko ekijja kijja
lizabulimba kubanga ebbaga litumaze emyaka 3 nze ndowooza nti baagadde nganze bwenkuze ne mukazi wange tufe tuveewo bazibani omuntu muwandiike ateekeko omukono omu kyomulowooza naye nze njagala kasente kajje nkalye oba nsiba kagugu nkasibe.
This has been worsened by the low compensation rates approved more than 2 years ago.
Tukweralikira muno obundi bajja kutuwa sente zitaitati myaka 3 batubazire bakatubara amaploti n'ebisaka tubagambe emiti ento bagihiremu bakubala enkuru kyonko mu myaka 3 abande emiti ekuzire.
Batugambye ko bagenda tusasulirawo ate era baba batufunzizza ku ttaka.
Naye tetumanyi ddi bwe bajja muteekeko mikono oteekako emikono omuntu kyatasasudde baagala tunaka
obasiigi 10 ebamanyi naye ndi tutabeereraawo kusuubira jojuzi.
Godfrey Mutemba, the Luengo District Oil and Gas Focal Person, concedes that the compensation process had been slow.
And it is a fact. You look at the people who were valued 3 years ago, the crops have grown. That's where they have a discrepancy. So I think eventually the valuation will consider maybe a certain percentage.
While as Uganda joined the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, the EACOP PAPs fear that government and the developers are still not transparent enough.
Ngeno tokare wa muntu kamumanya ngonogo ngunchaka mbuzi abakozi abagenda hinduka anguto tukajirwa twareba ngogo no muhanda kutubuzabuza kushanguta kumanya muntu kandi kinde chango orujungu kwesorre miruga abantu batakumanya
Women, children, and other vulnerable persons have suffered more considering their disproportionate inaccessibility to information and consultation by the project. Alice Kemizano lost her husband shortly after valuing their land. Despite her attempts to seek audience from New Plan and their agents, success hasn't been registered.
Ebyo biyungu bina kugambira enju z'embuzi, enju z'ente, ezo twehinguririze tubazibara batujya ngo harisha feze ndije ribara ebyo hati bwa nyuma omushisha niwabire na running ebintu ebyo nyewe ndugumenye omushisha yija yafa atwiyafa nashanga ngo tinyine kutandikira tinyine kindi kumanya nebiya sayiningire tindi kubimanya hati nyewe natandika busya.
Another worrying concern about the ECOP is its impact on the environment, especially on the water bodies.
Naye kikwata ku bubi bwa pipeline tebasomesa ne batugamba n'abana bajja kumala kutuwa sente bajja kutusomesa tuyina kweralikirira kwa maanyi kubanga batubuulira mu pipeline bweba ng'eyiseewo omusana gujja kubeera mungi era ajja kubanga eyokya n'itaka tujja kuddamu kubaza ebimera
oba kumala kubala bya pipeline amaizi gasakora kuwulira kimu ntubulwa n'amaizi gokolesa.
But for Byarugaba Francis, there is no cause for worry.
Of course, we cannot talk about the positive because it is just obvious. People appreciate. But for issues where we have negativities, the Asia report talks about all the mitigation measures, the possible mitigation measures. So I think people should not have that fear. The water bodies will not be contaminated. Actually, the project is intended to leave them in a better lifestyle than they were before. So there is no cause for worry.
There is also uncertainty on the willingness and expertise by government to accurately relocate the sacred natural cultural sites like graves and shrines.
Bangamba nti tujja kujja abafu tubajjemu obateeka obweralikirivu obwennena ebintu ebyo okutuuka nebituukira nga nze sikyaliwo ani ali balaga onenda okukola ekijja ekirala naye singa bakola ebintu bino nebiggwa nabako kikolera.
According to Joseph Zabasaja Salongo, this sacred tree affected by the pipeline is worth more than diamonds. Birimuyese Chondwa claims that he is afraid for his life because he insisted that his sand mining site should be compensated too.
Form papula ko bankaka okasayininga gwe buli wokayana fomu yo bagizza mabega ate olukiiko lwasembyeyo bwe balukolera bali balukoledde omuntu omunze balukola mu luseesaawo ne baleeta abasirikale ababulikika era omusirikale yatoka n'okugamba nti huani oyo twagala okumulaba naye ng'ate nze nina eddembe lyange okusooka okwemulugunya ku kintu ekyange kate bo baagala okulimmalako.
These concerns cannot be understated because the protection of human rights is paramount.
The project should be flexible in a certain way for some of those things and should be able to learn from the communities where they're implementing the project and adjust.
The Civic Response on Environment and Development, Crude, and its partners will keep at the forefront to advocate for the respect and protection of fundamental rights of the ECOP project affected persons.
Do not suffer in silence. Voice your concern at whatever stage you are, with the local leaders, with the district leaders, with civil society organizations, with the government.